Australia. Well, Paronella Park is the dream to Jose Paronella, born in Catalonia, north of Spain, 1887. Couple moved to Australia in 1926. They started looking for land to build on, and Jose fancied this nice creekside property with a waterfall, but it was owned by someone else, Mr. Nugget Copeland. He, also a cane farmer, was clearing his way from the north all the way down to the creek. Jose approached Mr. Copeland and said, "It's too rocky, it's too slopey, it's not going to be any good for cane farming. You might as well just sell it to me." And with Jose being a businessman, purchased the property for £120. And in today's money, that is $11,000. So a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
And just to top that off, it's 13 acres. The top castle. This was the original entrance to Paronella Park. The bottom being the cafe, which sold margaritas, ice cream, and on top, Jose had his very own museum. And of course, the public were able to enter for a small fee, of course. And this displayed all the trinkets and objects he found along his European honeymoon. To wish him well, this is another one of Jose's money-making ideas. The idea was to face away from it, throw a coin over your shoulder and see where it landed. If it landed in the top floor, well, that was good luck. However, if it landed in the much larger bottom floor, well, that was bad luck and you should try again. Soon enough, 3 following cyclones then destroyed the rest of the roof, 1 wall on the eastern facade and 2 walls on the western facade. So, what is important to us at Paronella Park is preserving what remains of the buildings you see today, because what you see is what Jose built himself. Now, you'll notice 2 holes in the wall behind me. The top hole being the projector room, displaying Hollywood movies right here on the dance floor. And the bottom hole, a serving hatch, conveniently placed next to Margarita's ice cream parlour, thus address the elephant in the room. You might be looking at something and thinking, that doesn't quite belong here, it looks a little out of place. And that is our mirror bowl. It was purchased in the 1930s from the United States. It is cut from 1,270 pieces of hand-cut mirror. So next we go to the gardens via the grand staircase. There are 47 steps here, so if anyone has any concerns with mobility or any other difficulties, please let me know and I'll call my Paronella Park Uber. Lower floor to the upper floor. So this is where he was getting his sand from. But he did employ workers to haul his buckets of sand up to the top, which was very smart of him. So view of the waterfall. And you'll notice throughout the park, this is his main feature. He loved this waterfall. Back in the day, you were allowed to swim. They also had crocodiles, but the crocodiles used to be very scared of us. Now it's the other way around. So we have a different duty of care now, so please ask that you do not go swimming. Jose did have rowing boats that you could hire for a small fee, of course. So this is the lower refreshments room. It was inspired by a cafe in Madrid called El Retiro Gardens. It was also known as the cafe by the pool. It also had table service. So you could order your food here, sit down at the picnic area and have your food delivered. During the Second World War, there were over 250,000 soldiers that resided in North Queensland, many of whom would come to Paronella Park to relax and enjoy. Has a slightly different attraction. Has anyone heard of the phrase "on the throne"? Well, Jose took this quite literally and made this his toilet castle. So this displayed his flushing toilets, and he was very proud of this. And in that decade, people would have wanted to see these and use them. So Jose allowed them for a small fee, of course. Just to your left, this is known as Carey Avenue. These trees are only considered babies because they do not reach their full capacity until they are 300 years old. These ones are only 92. So, by which point they'll be doubled in height and reaching a width of 4 to 5 meters. So we're not quite sure if Harry Avenue will be there in that time.
What sort of trees were they? Carry?
What's that, sir?
What sort of trees are they?
Carry pines.
Okay.
Yeah. Apparently there is one in New Zealand that is the oldest recorded, and it's like 3,000 years old. So I have no idea.
That's good.
Yeah. I imagine.
It is really big.
Yeah, have you guys seen it?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, that's awesome. So on this side, where the fountain is, used to be the Lawn Bowls Green. And where you're standing, 2 tennis courts. The first tennis club in the district was here at Paronella Park. The building is designed so that when you open the back and the front door, you have the waterfall perfectly framed. So Jose wasn't just a businessman, but he was also a romantic. This is Lovers Lane. It was built wide enough for lovers to promenade together, holding hands. So if you'd like to embrace the love and hold each other's hands, you're more than welcome to do so. If not, there is no judgment. So, on the other side of the tunnel, you'll reach the secret garden and Teresa Falls. Don't worry, you can't go through it. I will direct you another way around. Someone's looking petrified. Jose discovered that Mina Creek Falls was named after a local daughter in the area and decided that his daughter should also have a waterfall too. So he got to work creating a mini replica of Mina Creek Falls, naming it after his daughter, Teresa Falls. So, in the 1990s, Mark and Judy Evans, who were travelling Australia with their 3 young kids in a caravan, wanted something interesting as part of their 10-year plan. They got to the realtor got back to them saying, I found you something interesting. It's got a caravan park, it's got a waterfall, it's got some Spanish castles. Now that is enough to sell to anyone. So they got to work clearing the land, and just 4 weeks after they opened, Mark was telling the guests how special Paronella Park was. He was saying what an amazing man Jose was and what an opportunity this was for her. She looked a little embarrassed and she said, I should probably introduce myself, but I am Teresa, daughter of Jose. Let me take you on a tour of my family home. So she brought Mark and Judy down here, letting them discover the places that they hadn't even found yet. She said, Dad used to always line the paths with rocks, so you'd always find the paths if you followed these rocks. So she helped Mark and Judy bring the park back to its original design. So that is what you see today. So we are privately funded, privately owned, so we're not government funded, even though we are heritage listed. So I'd like to say a big thank you to you guys because you've just helped pay for myself and 69 other employees,
Wow.
which we couldn't do without you guys. And how we get our visitors is word of mouth, feedback, reviews, that kind of thing. So Mark and Judy remained friends up until 2008 when she unfortunately passed away due to old age. And they were celebrating their 32 years of owning the park now. So what was their 10 years is now their 32. So if you like this tour, my name is Sara, and if you didn't like this tour, my name is Phil. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have you guys got any questions?
Yeah, good.
You all good?
Yep.
No, I think you're
Thanks.
Thank you
Have a
very
good
much.
Right, thank you.
go to the museum as well.
Now we have the mirable shining tonight. This is not the original one, but Jose actually got one in the 30s.
Say thank you to each and every one of you. We are only here because of the support of our guests. There's no way that all this wonderful work by Jeffrey and all the staff, the telling of the story, the cafe staff, the ticketing and so on, it doesn't happen without guests. So to each and every one of you, a huge thank you from our almost 70 staff that we employ right now. Thank you very much. Enjoy the evening. I know some of you are staying over.
You can't really light down there.